The Killer Barbie Doll.
It was Kara's 12th birthday and she was so excited to open the big box that contained the limited edition Malibu Beach House Barbie she had been begging her parents for. As soon as she ripped off the wrapping paper and lifted open the box, she knew something was wrong. The Barbie's eyes seemed to follow Kara's every move and its smile looked twisted and sinister, almost like a sneer. Kara shrugged it off, thinking her imagination was running wild. That night, after Kara went to bed, she thought she heard tiny footsteps creaking outside her bedroom. Gripping her blankets tightly, she peeked out from beneath the covers but saw nothing unusual in the moonlit room. As she rolled over, Kara noticed the Barbie's head had turned toward her on the shelf, its glare piercing into her soul. Kara trembled, too afraid to get up as the tiny footsteps moved down the hall toward her parents' room. Kara heard her mom's shrill scream pierce the quiet house. Adrenaline pumping, Kara jumped out of bed and ran toward her parents' room. She stopped short in the doorway, gagging at the sight of her mom's lifeless body sprawled on the floor, a pool of blood spreading across the white carpet. Kara's dad spun around, shock morphing into confusion and anger as he spotted the Barbie doll on the floor next to her mom's body, its pink dress now stained red. Suddenly, Barbie jerked her head up, blonde hair matted to her face with blood. She leapt toward Kara's dad at an inhuman speed, wielding a small knife she had grabbed from the kitchen earlier that night. Kara watched in horror as the possessed doll viciously sliced her dad's ankles before crawling up his body and stabbing repeatedly into his chest, coating her plastic hands in oozing red blood. Frozen in fear, Kara stayed huddled by the door as her dad's body slumped to the ground with a sickening thud. Barbie's head swiveled slowly until she spotted Kara watching. An eerie, high-pitched giggle escaped the doll's unmoving lips as she jerked her way toward Kara, bloody knife raised high. Kara turned and fled down the stairs, the possessed doll close on her heels, its tiny plastic feet pattering loudly on each step. Barbie had her sights set on one final victim, the birthday girl who had so eagerly brought her into this house. Terrified, Kara ran straight to the kitchen. She could hear the possessed Barbie's high-pitched cackle getting closer behind her. Kara's hand trembled as she flipped the switch on the garbage disposal unit built into the kitchen sink. The machine rumbled to life with a grinding, whirring noise. Claire's vengeful spirit would not give up that easily though. The Malibu Barbie stalked into the kitchen, her plastic body now splattered with blood. She inched closer to Kara, vacant eyes fixed on her next victim, knife clutched in her stiff little hand. As Barbie approached, Kara lunged forward and grabbed the doll by her matted blonde hair. She dangled the possessed toy above the sink, staring into its hate-filled eyes. "Time to send you back to hell where you belong," Kara said through gritted teeth. She released her grip, dropping the doll into the roaring garbage disposal. Sparks flew as the blades chewed through Barbie's plastic limbs and torso, shredding her into mutilated pieces. Her shrill screams echoed through the sink until finally fading away completely. Kara watched the last traces of the possessed doll disappear down the drain in a swirl of pink plastic and blood. Finally, it was over. Claire's vengeful spirit had been destroyed along with her prized Malibu Barbie. Kara breathed a deep sigh of relief, though she knew the gruesome memories of that night would haunt her forever. She learned from watching the news the next day that 4 popular Beverly Hills high school girls had died in a tragic car accident the week before, including Claire, the most popular girl in school who had it all: looks, money, a star quarterback boyfriend. The girls' lives had been cut tragically short, but it seemed one among them wanted the life she had lost, even if that meant killing for it. The Malibu Barbie had not belonged to Kara at all. Claire had purchased it shortly before her death and it was to be buried in her coffin at the funeral her rich parents had spared no expense for. But a mix-up at the mortuary resulted in Claire's Barbie ending up in Kara's birthday shipment instead. The bitterly vengeful spirit of Claire possessed the glamorous doll, determined to take the perfect, picture-perfect life she felt she deserved, no matter how much innocent blood she had to spill to get it. Kara reflected on this chilling tale, and although she had gotten rid of the possessed doll, she knew Claire's presence would haunt her forever. As the image of the sinister toy lingered in her thoughts, Kara made a promise to herself: no matter how much she begged or wished for a Barbie again, the answer would always be a firm no. She had learned the hard way that sometimes desires can turn into nightmares, and appearances can conceal unimaginable horrors. In time, she hoped the memory of that dreadful night would fade, but one thing was certain: she would never look at a Barbie doll the same way again.